From a modern lift bridge in France that can rise and lower, to an ancient living root bridge that has lasted for hundreds of years, and even a bridge held up by two giant stone hands in Vietnam. Bridges aren't just ways to get from one place to another, they're also stunning examples of human creativity and engineering. Around the world, some bridges stand out not only for their function, but also for their beauty and innovation. In this video, we'll explore 10 of the coolest and most remarkable bridges from across the globe. 1. Bamboo Bridge of Kampong, Cham. A bridge need not be constructed from solid stone, cutting-edge glass, or tower high into the sky to capture our imagination. Indeed, among the most remarkable bridges globally stands one of extraordinary simplicity, Kampong Cham's Bamboo Bridge. This remarkable structure exists only temporarily, assembled when dry conditions cause the Mekong River to drop, rendering ferry services impractical due to shallow waters. As monsoon season approaches and water levels threaten to rise, workers carefully disassemble the entire structure by hand, preserving the bamboo materials for future construction and various community projects. This deliberate removal becomes necessary as wet season torrents would inevitably destroy any bridge attempting to withstand the river's powerful surge. During these months, traditional boats resume their role, transporting residents between riverbanks. When river levels finally decrease and currents calm, reconstruction begins anew. Workers drive lengthy bamboo poles deep into the exposed riverbed, creating a stable foundation. They then overlay these supports with woven bamboo mats, forming a traversable surface. Additional poles positioned at strategic angles reinforce the entire framework, resulting in a structure capable of bearing lightweight vehicles. Though the bridge might seem fragile when viewed from a distance, its strength proves remarkable. The engineering genius lies in bamboo's natural properties, its ability to flex without fracturing under stress. Vehicles crossing create a unique sensation as the bamboo continuously bends and rebounds, producing an undulating motion reminiscent of ocean swells. This movement generates a distinctive rhythmic clatter as tires roll across the flexible decking, creating an unforgettable acoustic experience that resonates across the water. 2. Langkawi Sky Bridge. Venturing into Malaysia brings us to an extraordinary feat of engineering, the Langkawi Sky Bridge. This remarkable 410-foot curved pedestrian structure, supported by cables and completed in 2005, offers visitors an unparalleled experience. The walkway sits at an astounding elevation of 2,170 feet above ocean level, positioned atop the primary landmass of the Langkawi Island chain in Kedah. Reaching this architectural marvel requires an adventurous journey, beginning with the Langkawi cable car, which transports guests to the upper terminal. From there, an angled transport system known as the Sky Glide descends visitors to the bridge entrance. Following a temporary closure in July 2012 for essential repairs and enhancements, the bridge reopened with improved features. The bridge's distinctive curved design relies on an intricate support system featuring 4 sets of frontal cables attached to extended anchor points positioned at the extremities of 3 curved 83-foot segments. These cables form a partial fan pattern extending from a solitary 275-foot tower. The curved platform maintains perfect balance, with its mass center positioned directly beneath the suspension point at the tower's apex. The deck surface rests at 2,165 feet elevation, while the supporting tower anchors into a concrete foundation at approximately 2,000 feet, with its peak reaching 2,200 feet skyward. This tower leans away from vertical in dual directions, secured by 2 primary support cables fastened to opposing mountain slopes. The bridge's curved ends connect to triangular observation decks situated on separate peaks. Engineers designed this structure to safely accommodate 250 individuals simultaneously, though visitors should prepare themselves for the dizzying heights below. 3. Evergreen Point Floating Bridge. Should you find yourself cruising along U.S. State Route 520, prepare for an extraordinary experience crossing the Evergreen Point Floating Bridge. Completed in 2016, this engineering achievement claimed the title of Earth's longest floating bridge. The structure extends an impressive 7,710 feet over Lake Washington's surface, featuring sufficient width to handle 6 traffic lanes simultaneously. The question naturally arises, how does such a massive structure remain afloat while supporting countless vehicles daily? The answer lies in brilliant engineering utilizing 77 concrete pontoons serving as the bridge's foundation. These pontoons operate on Archimedes' principle. The water volume displaced by each pontoon generates buoyant force precisely matching the structure's weight, enabling it to float effortlessly. While the concept of driving across a floating roadway might unsettle some travelers, this engineering masterpiece maintains exceptional safety standards. The design truly demonstrates why those physics lessons mattered more than we realized during our school years. The driving surface sits elevated 20 feet above the lake's surface, providing ample clearance and security. Since the entire structure floats atop the water rather than being fixed to the lake bed, engineers incorporated 58 individual anchoring systems to maintain the bridge's position against wind, waves, and currents. This sophisticated mooring network ensures the bridge remains stable regardless of weather conditions or traffic loads, creating a seamless driving experience that feels no different from traveling on solid ground. 4. Khaju Bridge. When wandering through Isfahan's historic streets, you'll encounter the magnificent Khaju Bridge spanning the Zhangjiajie River. Constructed around 1650 during Abbas II's reign, this architectural masterpiece serves dual purposes as both a crossing point and a weir system. The structure gracefully connects the Khaju district on the northern bank with the Zoroastrian quarter to the south, creating a vital link between these historic neighborhoods. What makes this bridge truly exceptional extends far beyond its practical function as a river crossing. The genius behind Khaju Bridge lies in its multifunctional design that transcends typical bridge architecture. Beyond facilitating transportation, the structure historically served as a gathering place for public assemblies and social interactions. The bridge features 23 elegant arches supporting its 133-meter length and 12-meter width, creating a rhythmic visual pattern that captivates observers. At the structure's heart stands a central pavilion where Shah Abbas II once sat to admire the surrounding vistas, though today only remnants of his stone seat remain as testament to royal leisure. The architectural brilliance becomes evident in how the bridge harmoniously blends utility with aesthetic beauty. Water flows through the lower archways, while the upper level provides passage for pedestrians and creates shaded alcoves perfect for contemplation. Persian art historians Arthur Pope and Jean Chardin praised it as the pinnacle of Persian bridge architecture, noting how it achieves perfect harmony between functionality, beauty, and recreation. The structure's stepped base design and carefully positioned arches create cascading water effects that transform the bridge into a living artwork, especially during higher water levels when the river flows musically through its passages. 5. Eshima Ohashi Bridge. Prepare yourself for what resembles an amusement park thrill ride disguised as essential infrastructure. Situated in Honshu's Chugoku region within western Japan, the Eshima Ohashi Bridge links Matsu and Sakai Minato, stretching 1 mile over Lake Nakauni. Engineers designed this structure to accommodate massive freight vessels navigating toward open waters, yet its most striking feature has become legendary among travelers worldwide. The bridge's dramatically steep incline creates sufficient clearance for maritime traffic below, resulting in a roadway that challenges even seasoned motorists. This engineering solution produces an optical illusion so extreme that photographs captured head-on transform the bridge into what appears to be a vertical wall of concrete. Locals have dubbed it the roller coaster bridge due to its precipitous grade that seems to launch vehicles skyward before plunging them back toward Earth. This 2-lane concrete thoroughfare ascends at angles that trigger anxiety in many drivers. The gradient reaches 5.1% on the Tottori Prefecture approach and increases to 6.1% from the Shimane Prefecture direction, earning recognition as potentially the world's steepest vehicular bridge. Despite its intimidating appearance in photographs, the actual driving experience proves less terrifying than images suggest. Vehicles climb gradually along the mile-long span, though the sensation of ascending into clouds before descending sharply remains unforgettable. The bridge successfully balances its dual purpose, maintaining maritime commerce below while providing safe passage above, even if that passage occasionally feels more like a theme park attraction than routine infrastructure. 6. The Golden Bridge. Often mistaken for the iconic Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, Vietnam's Golden Bridge is something entirely different and far more surreal. Nestled high in the Bana Hills near Da Nang, this remarkable walkway resembles something straight from a dream, winding through the sky like a scene from a fantasy story. What truly separates it from other footbridges are the colossal stone-like hands that appear to lift the walkway into the clouds. These enormous structures offer the illusion of celestial beings gently holding up the bridge, making it feel less like architecture and more like a divine pathway. According to lead designer Vu Viet Thanh, the concept was to make visitors feel like they were treading along a thread held by the gods themselves. Judging by the bridge's ethereal visuals, it's safe to say the idea was brilliantly executed. Constructing the bridge was far from simple. Engineers had to find ways to safely install the walkway without disturbing the natural cliffs and greenery surrounding it. The massive hands are actually created using anatomically inspired metal frameworks coated with fiberglass, designed not just to impress, but to blend harmoniously with the environment. Even the placement of each finger was carefully considered to enhance the visual balance and symbolism. Though awe-inspiring in its own right, the Golden Bridge is also part of a massive tourism initiative. A multi-billion-dollar investment, this project aimed to attract visitors to the Sun World Bana Hills amusement park, and it's clearly working. With views that stretch for miles and an atmosphere that feels otherworldly, this attraction has quickly turned into a global destination. 7. Jacques Chaban-Delmas Bridge. If you ever find yourself in the heart of Bordeaux, France, a remarkable structure awaits your attention: Jacques Chaban-Delmas Bridge. Spanning the Garonne River, this vertical lift bridge isn't just a crucial link between the city's left and right banks, it's a feat of modern engineering. Completed in 2013, it proudly holds the title of Europe's tallest and longest vertical lift bridge. The entire structure stretches over 575 meters, with a central lifting span of 117 meters that can rise up to 53 meters in under 11 minutes. What makes this bridge extraordinary isn't just its sheer size, but the seamless integration of mechanics and architecture. Supported by 4 majestic pylons, each reaching 77 meters high, the bridge uses a counterweight system like a giant precision-balanced elevator to raise and lower its central span. This allows cruise ships and large vessels to pass through the Garonne without disrupting urban traffic for too long. In fact, the bridge lifts roughly 60 times per year, pausing road access for just an hour each time. But the bridge isn't only about function, it's a symbol of urban elegance. Designed with wide lanes for vehicles, bicycles, and pedestrians, it's a place where daily commuters and strolling tourists share the space. At night, the pylons light up in shifting hues of blue and green depending on the river's tides, an ambient detail that turns the structure into a living part of the cityscape. Named after Jacques Chaban-Delmas, a former prime minister and long-serving mayor of Bordeaux, the bridge stands as a tribute to both innovation and legacy. From its cutting-edge mechanical design to its role in easing urban congestion, it reflects a modern city's ability to respect history while embracing the future. 8. Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge. Tucked deep within China's breathtaking Zhangjiajie National Forest Park lies a landscape so mesmerizing it reportedly inspired the floating mountains in James Cameron's Avatar. With misty woodlands, dramatic ridgelines, and towering sandstone pillars, this region is a natural spectacle in its own right. But lately, one striking man-made addition has been capturing all the attention: a glass suspension bridge that soars boldly above the canyon floor. Suspended nearly 300 meters, or about 900 feet above ground, and stretching over 120 meters, 400 feet long, the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge opened in 2016 to immediate global recognition. Crafted almost entirely from transparent panels, this walkway offers thrill seekers the rare and terrifying opportunity to peer directly down into the vast chasm beneath their feet, nothing but sheets of glass separating them from the void. This bridge is part of a growing trend across China, where glass structures, ranging from skywalks to cliffside paths, have popped up in both urban and mountainous regions in recent years. All are designed to push boundaries, each taller, longer, or scarier than the last. Brave Men's Bridge, located in the same reserve, is one such competitor. But Zhangjiajie's version stands out for its dramatic setting, height, and psychological impact. The appeal of walking on glass this high up isn't only the stunning panoramic view, but the palpable fear that comes with every step. That tension is exactly what draws people here. Yet the notion of walking on see-through panels has sometimes proven a little too exciting, especially when early incidents elsewhere, like a surface cracking underfoot at another Chinese bridge, sparked global headlines. In response to such concerns, the Zhangjiajie Bridge underwent rigorous public stress testing before its debut. Architects drove cars across its surface and invited volunteers to smash the panels with sledgehammers. Neither test left a dent. Even so, strict crowd control protocols are in place, limiting the number of visitors to between 600 and 800 at any given moment. More than just a feat of engineering, the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge is an emotional experience, equal parts awe, terror, and wonder, all suspended in midair above one of the world's most stunning valleys. (9) Living Root Bridge. Should you venture into the misty mountains of Meghalaya, India, prepare yourself for witnessing nature's most extraordinary engineering collaboration with human ingenuity, the Living Root Bridge. These remarkable structures represent a unique form of tree shaping where rivers are spanned by bridges crafted entirely from the living aerial roots of rubber fig trees. The longest known example stretches over 50 meters across rushing waters, demonstrating structural characteristics reminiscent of suspension bridges, cable-stayed bridges, and arches all rolled into one organic masterpiece. The burning question emerges: how do local communities create functional bridges that literally grow stronger with each passing year? The answer lies in the patient artistry of the Khasi and Jaintia peoples who have perfected this ancient practice across generations. These master bridge builders guide the pliable aerial roots of Ficus elastica trees across streams and rivers, carefully manipulating and training each root to grow in the desired direction. The process involves wrapping young roots around bamboo or wooden scaffolds, threading them through hollowed erica palm trunks, or simply hand-guiding them across the void. This incredible technique harnesses the rubber fig tree's natural ability to anchor itself to steep slopes and rocky surfaces, making it perfectly suited for the challenging mountainous terrain. What makes these bridges truly miraculous is their self-improving nature over time. Unlike conventional structures that deteriorate with age, living root bridges actually strengthen as the trees mature and roots grow thicker. Once fully developed, these organic marvels can support 50 or more people simultaneously while maintaining their structural integrity for several hundred years. The bridges essentially become living, breathing infrastructure that requires minimal maintenance while continuously adapting and reinforcing themselves, truly demonstrating that sometimes the most sophisticated engineering solutions come from working with nature rather than against it. (10) Henderson Waves Bridge. In its pursuit of becoming a model for green urban development, Singapore has turned careful planning into an art form. Nearly half of this city-state is draped in greenery, with abundant parks, tree-lined boulevards, and eco-friendly initiatives threading throughout the urban landscape. One highlight of this green vision is the Southern Ridges, a 10-kilometer network of trails winding through some of Singapore's most scenic hilltops. And it's along this trail that you'll find Singapore's highest pedestrian bridge, Henderson Waves. Completed in 2008, this architectural gem stretches across a length of 274 meters, around 899 feet, and rises 36 meters, 118 feet, above Henderson Road. But it's not just its height that draws attention, it's the form. The bridge curves and coils like a giant ribbon frozen midair, with flowing steel ribs that undulate above and below the deck, giving the bridge its signature wave-like silhouette. Built to unify the natural areas of Mount Faber Park and Telok Blangah Hill Park, the bridge does more than connect. It transforms a simple crossing into an experience. The deck itself is composed of yellow balau wood, a hardwood sourced from certified sustainable forests in East Malaysia, adding warmth and texture beneath your feet. 7 large steel arches twist like serpents, rising above the structure to create sheltered alcoves where visitors can pause for rest or take in the view. These organic shapes aren't just for show. They provide shade, seating niches, and a quiet moment of serenity tucked into the flow of the forest canopy. Function meets elegance here. Henderson Waves isn't just a brilliant pedestrian solution, it's a destination in its own right. A seamless blend of art, engineering, and eco-conscious urbanism, the bridge has become a local favorite for evening walks, photography, and quiet escapes above the city streets.
And those were the 10 most unique bridges in the world you've just seen. If you want me to cover other topics, like a compilation of the strongest tornadoes or the countries with the craziest people, leave a comment down below. For now, goodbye and see you in the next video.